Hello everyone. Today we are continuing our discussion on product costing. So we were on product cost planning, and this was our example where we created BOM, bill of material, with the requisite raw materials required to make our final product, that was dress. And also we defined routings, the activities that required to complete the raw materials into finished product. So as per our example, our cost of production coming to be 2890. This we shall see in transaction code CK11N. But before that, one of the important thing that we need to discuss is cost component structure. So taking you to SAP Easy Access screen, let's go to customization screen, SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Under controlling, sorry, under controlling, we have product cost controlling, where we have measure these objects. Under cost planning, basic settings for material costing, we are going to define the cost component structure. So this cost component structure actually define how we are going to account for the raw materials and activities that we defined previously. You can refer the previous video for that. So here we can define a cost component by doing a new entry. Presently I have created my cost component. So under new entry, you just need to give an alphanumeric figure and define your cost component. You can see I have defined 1.8, that is my cost component. Then the next step is cost components with attributes. So here we will be defining each and every activity or each and every raw material and activities that we are considering for making our final product. Okay. So by new entry, we can give our component structure that we defined, that is 18. We can assign a number to our cost component. Uh, right now I have created all the components for myself, but still I will explain you the contents of it. So you give an alphanumeric key and give a description. The next thing is control. Here we will give that my controlling this cost object is basically fixed in nature or variable cost nature. So I will keep it as like both. Then roll up cost, that means the cost will be added up. Additional adding up of cost is roll up cost component. Then there are other criteria cost component view on itemizations. So only these the fields required for it for making a cost component. So I've made my structure. I've made a structure with all the components that are required. Then we need to assign the cost component or cost element. So I've assigned the cost elements. For cost elements, I will show that to you by going to FS00. Here under material, I have defined my raw materials, button, cloth, thread, and all these materials would be my primary items, primary cost or revenue items. So I have defined that and then assign the cost elements. Right, for each and every component, I will be assigning the cost elements. And additionally, one more thing I need to do is to assign organization unit. So by doing a new entry. Right now I have assigned my company. So what we need to do is to assign our company to our plant. BR18 is my plant. And then this is my costing variant. Costing variant is PPC1 we are considering. Now this is a standard variant that is defined for calculating standard prices. Then give validity and also assign cost component structure, that is 18 I have created. Similarly, here also I need to assign the same. And then just save it. I'm not saving it because I have already done that for my company. Okay. So after cost component structure, this was one important configuration. I will go back and see how my product cost planning is done by finding CK11N. Okay, so this CK11N is to create our cost estimate and quantity structure. So let's create for the material called dress. So now my costing is coming out to be 2890. That is matching with our example. And so for this we created a BOM and we created routings. For BOM and routing you can refer the previous video. And by doing proper configuration, cost component structure, I am getting this final figure as 2890. Also my log is showing green, that there is no error log. It is showing to be okay, right? Also, in case we need to make changes, we can go back to our BOM that we created. We created BOM by transaction code CS01. So CS02 is for making changes in BOM. So for dress, in case I want to make changes in the quantity, I can make the changes in the quantity right here. In case the lace that I thought it would require 5 quantity, but in actual only 4 quantities was there. If I just change it from here, automatically when I'll just go back, my data would change. So now my costing has changed to 2840 as I changed this figure from 5 to 4. Automatically the amount has changed. That means there was a difference of 50 rupees. So this would change to 2840. Now 2840 is my costing. So this way we can also change before saving it. So this was material part. Let's see in case we need to change our routing part. So for routing, we can go to transaction code CA02 we created by CA01. We can make changes by CA02. So everything is opened, my material, plant and group, it is taking automatically. So in operations, so from here I can change the machine time, right? If I can increase the machine time to 6 minutes, for example, and just save it. Yes. Automatically, the transaction price is now 2850. As I've changed my machine time, you can see it right here. The machine time was 5 minutes earlier, now it is 6 minutes. So taking 60 rupees in consideration, and thus my amount is getting changed. In case I want to make changes in price, I can also do that by changing the activity rates by going to KP26. Okay, I need to go back. KP26, and from here we actually define the rates. So now we can change it from here. The packing is open, so let's just change the packing amount of packing material, not packing material, packing activity. Right now the fixed amount is 10 rupees. So for packing, 10 rupees is coming out. Let's change the amount to 8 rupees and save it. I'll just go back, enter, and see the amount has changed to 48 rupees. Now my final amount is 2838 and I want to save it. So my costing structure is saved. So this is my cost estimate, or we can say quantity structure. Now in case we want to we want to update the standard price. The standard price of the finished product dress is coming out to be 2838, but it will not reflect in the material ledger as it is from here. We need to do a separate activity. So for that, we need to go back, and my transaction code is CK24. So price update. This will fall under logistics, production process, product cost planning, under material costing, price update. So my period is 10 and my company code is 1812 and my plant is BR18. I'm also selecting the material, that is dress. So the first thing before releasing, what we need to do is to mark allowance. Now my company has already marked rightly. Okay, so there is no error that is coming out. So the marking is properly done. In marking, what we need to do, we just need to click on our company code, give a proper costing variant and save it. So it will automatically becomes green, error free, right? So let's do a test run before. So the standard cost estimate for future period 10 logged. Okay, so it is logged by a user, that is my user only. So what we need to do, we just need to go back, SM12. SM12 is to release the log entries. We'll just delete it. And we'll go back to our transaction code. CK24. Okay, so the marking was done. Let me just test run. Okay, wait. My company code is 1812, and then my plant is BR18. My material is dress. I'll execute. So now it is error free. One material, one cost estimates were updated successfully. I'll just go back that this is now my planned price 2838. This was coming out from this window. Okay, 2838. Now I will release it. And execute. Okay, so it is updated successfully. So this was the entire process of product cost planning. Thank you all for listening. Have a really good day.